Hi, everybody. Welcome to the chat.
Hey, what's going on?
How's your day going?
I see a bunch of cool people in here.
Patty's here. Welcome, Patty. Holly's here. Holly. Hi, Holly.
Oh, Mary Page, well done.
Well done, Tanks. Thank you for being here.
Holly's here.
Scott's Aquatics. What's up, Geek Boy? Skippers, Gamby, Mike's Aquatics and Things. What's going on?
Thank you for being here.
Good vibes. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we don't have a set topic today. Whatever kind of falls out of the sky, basically.
Hi, Crystal.
We're drained from.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, I'm drained from the week. Got in late last night. Been working 6 days a week. It's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Logging crazy amount of hours, and then this morning just right into helping Kerri with some algae and water changes. So it has been a week, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're all ready for spring.
Ready for spring, like really ready for spring. Our pond and our tubs outside froze solid, and the pond usually doesn't freeze so bad, but it's been abnormally cold. This week it's been really nice, but it took like 3 days to defrost, and the puppy was using one of the tubs as a launching pad to jump over the fence. So I was trying to do all I could to defrost that tub as fast as I could, because every time I turned around, the dog was outside the fence, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he was really enjoying that escape route. Thanks for the $2.99 super sticker. Well done, Tanks. Thank you. I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, I seen he said earlier. He said, I think I can make it for a little bit today.
Yeah. So that was quite the white clouds. There's a handful left, but I lost a handful because it froze bad. And then the mosquito fish, I was out there today and I saw 2 left and a crawdad. There's a crawdad left. And the koi pond, I think is going to be okay. I just think they're still kind of buried down. I saw, I think, 1 or 2 rosy red minnows swimming around, but it's really mucky. The poor tubs, I was like, got hit hard. And I was already nervous about keeping them outside because I know they're cold water, but I wasn't really sure how cold was too cold. And yeah, they froze good.
Well, we have a heater in the one tank in the
It's
pond.
not a heater. It's a de-icer.
It's a de-icer.
It just makes enough of an opening for gas exchange. I thought it was more of a heater too originally, but it's not really.
Well, it's not a heater, but it's everything I've always used as a farm kit on all your stock tanks to keep where the livestock can drink. That's all it is. And it's never froze solid before, but this year we just had too many days below zero.
Yeah, I think it was like -7, -5 most of the days. And like I said, like it always gets a little frozen and a little snow piled, but it's never to the point. And then this is the first year we've had those 300-gallon tubs up. But
yeah, we'll have to put.
I might have to somehow move that one because, like I said, the dog just really enjoyed.
We'll have to put de-icers in them in the future. Mike's Aquatics and Things. Yeah,
Phoebe's my pond here. Hi, Phoebe.
My pond froze solid 2-3 weeks below zero. Did it? Lost all my goldfish. Oh, I hear you. We were worried, and everything's kind of made it okay, but we're not used to that cold that long.
It gets cold, but that was a bit much.
Well done says working on my daughter's hair right now. Laugh out loud. What's up, Petro Man?
Holly says,
there's Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe.
And Sandy.
Holly lives in our vicinity. She's an Ozarkian.
Okay. Well, yeah, I seen they want to know what state we're in. Yeah, we're in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we recorded 3 weeks in a row below freezing, and 1 week was almost all week was below zero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All good in my biggest pond, but my small pond and barrel's about 20 to 30 lost. Oh man. It's been really cold. I'm sorry, Holly.
Hey, Furlough.
Skipper.
Oh yeah, I said hi to Skipper earlier. If I didn't, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did have a guest today, but if you're still around in like 30 minutes, if you want, I'll drop the link and you can come up for a little while if you want, because I slacked and forgot to message you. So,
what's up, Jeff Rowe?
I'm not the most like on the ball person.
Yeah, so now we're kind of waiting on the weather, and then I'm gonna have to do some revamp on all the outside stuff.
Because that pond, we turned the pond pump off and just left some air stones. Because I think that's what we did last year. And so the UV light's off, and it's just, and then I was trying to scoop out some leaves. It's just it's not pretty.
Yeah, we got to do a revamp on the pond and the tubs. Definitely gonna have to go with the de-icers and the above ground 300s next year for sure. The fish survived, but it was a close call. We lost some, but not all of them.
Yeah, I feel like I'm lucky, but I didn't have that many in each one. Because I feel like we only had like 15 to 20 white clouds, maybe, if that. I feel like we started with 12, didn't we?
I don't remember.
And then I lost 5. I think I lost 5. And then the mosquito fish, they were hiding really well in all the algae along the tub, like along the side. So I couldn't see really, but from what I kind of saw, that they're really fast and hard to see. There's probably a good handful maybe, but I only see 2 now. So I don't know. But it's just been one of those weeks. Like one of the puffers didn't make it. I lost a puffer. So I have 3 puffers. And so they were eating, all 4 of them were eating, but he just kept getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. And I was still dosing for parasites, but he just kept getting skinnier and skinnier. It was awful. It was sad. So that happened. And then the tubs happened. And then like my plants are doing well, but they're not doing great. I have some of them that are yellowing and kind of browning. So I need to fix that. A couple of the platies through the week have not made it. It's just been one of those hard weeks that you're like, why is everything I touch just not do it? It's one of those weeks, guys.
Yeah. A disaster week. Been up and down.
It's like everything's doing okay, but nothing's doing extraordinarily well, if that makes sense.
Well, the algae's doing really
good. The algae's doing great.
I don't know if anybody out there is in the market for that, but I go ahead and hook you up.
Yeah, in one of the rice fish tubs, it was probably a little bit. I put the rice fish tubs that I brought into our pool room, and that's kind of where the kids have been hanging out. I think one was a little too close to the kids and kind of got a little bit too much Gatorade splash in the tubs. And now I have 2 of the Pearl Galaxy original rice fish left, but I still have tons of babies, so I still feel like they're going to be okay. But it's just like the harder I try, I'm like, gosh.
Hey, Swampy Acres.
I think the only thing that's been getting me through the week is talking to you and the fish chats through the week. Because goodness, you have those weeks that just test you, and you're like, I think I know what I'm doing. I thought I knew what I was doing.
Hey, John. Chubbs.
Chubbs is here. Hi.
Yeah, Fat Man Aquatics.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, it's just been If it hasn't been one,
and on top of it, our puppy's pregnant.
yeah. If it's none of its big problems, but
no, none of it is. It's nothing to complain about, but I can complain about it because that's what I do.
It's not big problems, but it's just hey, Danikin. No big major problems. It's just a bunch of little problems all at once.
Yeah.
And you're like, which one do I tackle first?
I blame it on Jess because all this puppy talk, and I was like, "Oh, the puppies are so cute. I want a puppy." And then I went outside, and I was like, "Well, I might get puppies because they enjoyed the snow." But that's what we get for keeping a boy dog and a girl dog together.
Yeah.
We get puppies. Say the name of the breed because I can't say it.
Shiba Inu.
Yeah, that. They're really cute. They look like foxes that never grow beyond a toddler. They act like toddlers. Hence why he kept jumping over the fence.
Yeah, and they can really.
The neighbor would call him.
They can really stick and jump.
Well, he runs like a deer. When he gets going and he gets excited and he runs, and we have a really like a big backyard. And they get to run in, and he hops like the Simba acts. He hops like a half rabbit, half deer. I'm like, look at him go. But yeah, it's just every time I turned around, he was out and he wouldn't do anything and he'd come right back. But it was just about the time that I would get going on something, he would get out.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I think the only plant right now that we have that is doing well,
each tank has its own problems. Like I have this one behind me, this Anubis. If I can move my chair, this one, I don't know if you can see it. It's starting to brown really bad. And it's been in there for a while, but it's starting to kind of just brown. And then some of my other ones, they're starting to yellow. And then there's one in the 30-gallon bow front that I think my light's a little too bright. I feel like it's just too bright. So each tank has its own problem that I have created. So we're just going to have to, I say we are going to have to do some reading.
Yeah.
Because the plants, like we've been doing plants for about a year and a half now, and I have just enough knowledge to be dangerous, where I think I know what I'm doing, but I probably don't. I'm still working on the plant names. But then other ones are doing fantastic. Like this one above my head, it's a bronze, I think, crypt.
Yeah.
It's doing fantastic. And this one over here by Jesse's head, this one right here, those plants are amazing. And this one down here, this is that no filter tank. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
This one's doing it. Just depends on this.
Yeah, and then and the one, half of our Madagascar lace plants, a couple of them are just, they're growing like crazy.
Yeah, this one right here, this right here is a Madagascar lace plant. That's Madagascar lace plant. And it's doing wonderfully. This behind this plant is growing exceedingly slow. And this one, I think it's right here, is about 2 inches taller. It's still growing a lot slower than this one down here, but it's still growing better than this one over here. So it's like, I don't know. I've added some more like sand caps to a couple of the tanks here recently, and I feel like that's going to help. And I've added some root tabs. I have the aquarium co-op root tabs. But
hey, what's up, T-Bone?
if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Because I don't know.
But yeah,
I'm just having one of those weeks since it's already been a little. I second guessed myself.
It's been a brain drain of a week.
Mm-hmm. And another problem: these guppies and this 20 long. These are red cobra guppies, and I'm starting to get a lot of recessive ones. And it's been a long time since I've added any new fish to that tank. And these are green cobra guppies, and they're starting to do the same thing. So I'm thinking about merging these two together to see, one, if it would strengthen it up, and two, maybe I'll get something kind of cool out of them. But they've been, I think it's been like 2+ years since we've added any new guppies to those tanks, and I really need to either add them to something else or add something to them just to strengthen that lineup, because even though they are receptive, they don't have bent spines or anything. They're still really good looking fish. They're starting to throw. Some don't even have stripes anymore. So it's just.
Hey, Dave. Fat Man Aquatics. I felt left out. Laugh out loud. I missed something. I don't know what he felt left out about.
Hi, Jack and Dan. Hi. But if you guys have any, do you think that's a good idea? Should I just combine them? Put them probably in this 20 long. There's a bunch of yellow shrimp in that tank too. I don't know.
Oh, Jack and Dan were listening to Haley this morning. Mm-hmm. We were too.
Yep.
we were working on tanks this morning. Listen to Haley.
I was just thinking, I was like, dang, I need a live chat. And then I was like, oh, perfect. We were scrubbing tanks. Doing water change. I need to go to the pet store. I ran out of water conditioner. So I need to go get some more water conditioner and some rabbit treats for the rabbit.
Yeah, our lovely rabbit we have now.
Yeah, Haley was talking about how she has a dog and cats, and I think she said like 16 fish tanks and a rabbit. I was like, yeah, I do too. I have that many fish tanks. I have a dog. I have 3 dogs and a pregnant dog, a cat, a rabbit, a couple kids, and you.
And I'm just a big kid anyway.
I was like, I know, Haley. Yeah, I get it. The only thing I felt accomplished this week was we got all Brighton's homework done on time, and the teacher did not yell at me. That made me feel good.
It's pretty sad when you're worried about the teacher yelling at you.
That teacher, man, she means her business. I need someone to. Sometimes he's in 2nd grade. I feel like some of his homework's already like, dang, I don't think I learned that till like middle school.
It's definitely a perfect day for it. Jack and Dan, yeah, it was here. It's been raining all day. It started raining.
But I started some seeds. I did the water change on one of the tanks, and I added the water to this. It was bell peppers and some kind of, I don't remember what kind. It was some kind of fancy pumpkin your mom gave us. I was like, I'm itching for spring so bad. I'm going to do some gardening inside in the laundry room. So the cat's not allowed in the laundry room because last year she dumped all of my seeds that I had sprouted right in the floor. I was like, lovely. But I cleaned it up and tried again. Lovely.
Holly says, do you all have apple tree? My rabbit likes the young limb sprouts. Ooh, I'll have to try that.
We have a rabbit underneath our porch too. There's some wild rabbits underneath our porch. They're the ones I think I got all my broccoli and my spinach last year. I think they're back.
Oh, Mary Page has got dwarf rabbits.
Oh.
To show us. Oh, that's going to be cool.
That's cute.
Those things are cool.
I'm new to the whole rabbit thing. My parents would have just been, if I would have asked for a rabbit, my mom would have been like, you lost your mind. And so this rabbit thing it's a lot easier than I expected. He's a lot more cuddly than I thought, but I don't know what I had in I thought it was going to be like an oversized gerbil. And from what I always got bit by hamsters and gerbils. I never got a nice one, but it is really, it's neat to have, like, it's just cuddly and it's cute when it hops around. We let it run around the fish room. It always finds the one spot behind something that you have to crawl on your head to get it out. But
Skipper says rabbits are awesome. Mm-hmm. I can go get him.
Yeah, you can go get him if you want.
I'll go get him.
We named him Bugs, or at least I named him Bugs. I think the kids named him Peter. Yeah, I put him back. I went to PetSmart and got him one of those exercise pins just because when I was letting him loose so much, he started eating parts of the wall. I was like, okay. And eating and kind of gnawing on the bookshelf. So I don't let him completely run by himself down here alone anymore just because I don't feel like that's good. But I went and got him an exercise pin. And him and the cat, one day they like each other and one day they do not like each other. Here he comes. But he likes, I don't remember, was it some kind of apple something? It's some kind of little like ball. He just gnaws, goes to town on it.
Easy. You don't want to pick up that high.
You have to give him a second. He likes to get his hop around first.
Gotta get his hop on.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to back up.
I can't see. Move the camera down.
Right, I'll back up. Because he wants to sit. I just can't hold him up.
Yeah. So this is Bugs. And we're becoming fast friends. I wouldn't pet him the first day because I just thought he was going to bite me for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, nowhere like that at all. He's really quite nice. But Bugs.
Oh, I missed it. Somebody wasn't allowed to even keep rabbits in their state.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm surprised, like, watching some of the live chats, what people can have and what they can't have. And I never would have thought it, because it seems like here we don't have very strict rules. We have some rules, but we don't have as strict of rules as some people. They talk, and I'm like, wow, I never would have thought that would have been an issue.
Oh, yeah, I know what Mary Page is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the old Flemish giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his daughter has one of them at her mom's house. Or she had one. I can't remember. Yeah. She's had them in the past. His daughter has everything at her mom's house.
yeah, Chubbs, you're actually right. And that kind of runs into the story of how I got this rabbit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was, I don't know if it was supposed to be a pet or not.
It was a girl that during the pandemic was in school at a university in Texas, and she got quarantined like 3 or 4 times right in a row. Mm-hmm. So she decided to make an adult decision and buy herself a rabbit. And she called back home to her parents and told them that, Mom and Dad, I made an adult decision. They were like, oh no, what'd you do? And she's like, I bought a rabbit. And they're like, you do know you can't have a rabbit in your dorm. And that once this is all kind of over, she's on the equestrian team and travels every weekend. Mm-hmm. So she eventually got to come home, brought the rabbit back to Missouri, and she wanted it to go somewhere that someone wouldn't eat it, which, yes, we are famous for that. And I do love a good rabbit. And I knew the kids would really enjoy it. And so I went and I picked him up, and he was real calm when I got him. So,
well, you had mentioned it like a week or so prior, and then it was nothing. Then all of a sudden you're like, look what I got. And I was like, well, welcome home, Bugs. I was like, I thought that was the end of that conversation, but no. But yeah, I'm glad we got him.
So he's a good one. He as long as I keep petting him like this, he'd just sit here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He would enjoy it.
And as much as the kids go
pet.
crazy in there, he stays pretty calm.
Yeah.
The kids can get a little excited from time to time. And that poor cat says, that poor cat bugs you. We have to keep them separated. By the time we trust them together, we have to put the cat back upstairs.
Yeah, and sometimes I think the rabbit picks on the cat more than the cat picks on the rabbit. The cat
doesn't have a fighting chance. The rabbit wins every time. The rabbit does not lose. Yeah, that poor cat. I've just never met a cat that had no sense of balance before. Skipper, if I didn't have 3 labs, I would get a rabbit. Yeah, the outside dogs don't come near. They don't go past the arowana room, the dining table room, just because
of the rabbit.
Yeah, we got Misha. We acquired Misha from his ex-wife because she ate a lot of things that she wasn't supposed to eat. So she dropped Misha off at our house. It was like, take this puppy. And so we did. See if I can.
Oh.
Skipper, can I drop that link in the chat? Can you click on it from the chat? Because I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can send it. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can do this.
Hey, Skipper, if it didn't have.
See if this will work. I think we're still on the screen. Oh, he said sure. Then that'll help because then I won't have to click on it because I don't know. The only thing I use this computer for is to turn on for StreamYards. I don't know how to use anything else. I got it. I was like, I'm going to learn how to edit faster. I'm going to do all this fancy stuff. I'm going to
She's still working on it. She keeps saying it, but she's still working.
I turn it on. I attempt to work on the website. And then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Hi. Let me click this out.
Thank you. What's up, Jesse? What's up,
What's
Kerri?
going on? I'm going to put this bad boy
You can
over.
just sit them down.
You could have kept the bunny. That brings back childhood memories.
Mm-hmm. You guys, I was like, you want to bring home a what?
Well, a long time ago, I'd have brought him home in a bread bag.
Yeah.
Right. I know. With the old shotgun around your arm, right?
Yeah. Hey, honey, look, dinner.
I named the cat Bugs, T-Bones, but the kids named it Peter, I believe, because they're obsessed with Peter Rabbit. But I named it Bugs.
We actually used to raise rabbits and take them to the sell barn, and the amount of people that would buy rabbits is crazy just to have them as pets.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea.
We had them all.
Mm-hmm. Until I met him again, he knows all kinds of people that has them for all kinds of different reasons. I was like, no idea, and they're picky about them. They want specific kinds.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay.
And it's funny because I didn't know you could potty train a rabbit. And I don't remember if it was one of your videos or some other people's videos. If they set it up, that's where I saw it. I did not know that. Yeah,
it wasn't me. I didn't know. I'm still working on my little dog going outside. I can't potty train no rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling, especially when it's raining out with 3 labs and they don't like water. I don't get it.
Yeah, we have.
You got 3 labs that don't like water? That's funny.
I apologize. One of them will not go in the lake. 2 of them will if I help them.
Oh,
but they just don't go themselves. It's crazy, and I've got them because I'm a duck hunter. They don't want to do it's crazy. It's nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, our long-haired Chihuahua, he's the one that stays inside all the time. He didn't like that snow was taller than he was. So he would try to get and just sink down. And finally he would go to like the first step and whatever was there, another dog, a food bowl, the door frame, it didn't matter. He was going to pee on it. And I was like, thank you for that. Now I got to clean that up. And the other dogs, they didn't want to. I was trying to like, please come inside. I feel bad for you, please. And they're like, But snow, rain, they don't like getting rained on or snowed on, or they're in their doghouse. But
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I was out there in like 3 coats trying to please come in, dogs. And I'm like, what? Why? No, we're good.
Yep. It's crazy.
Funny random, well, it's not funny, just random story that popped in. When it was cold like that, I have this pink, fluffy, ugly coat that my mom gave me, and I did not think of it, but I walked in front of the arowana tank with that red coat on, and that arowana, let me tell you, freaked out, jumped like I have never seen him jump so hard, knocked a scale off. Now he has like a sore spot, like moved everything on top of the tank, and it was that red coat. I was like, I don't know if he's trying to eat me or what, but he did not like my coat walking in front. As soon as I took it off, he was fine.
And it's got a 1/2-inch glass top on it, and he moved
it.
Oh, wow.
He jumps a lot. He does jump a lot. And he hits that every so often, and it makes me nervous. I think it's going to move. But, oh, my gosh, you guys. We had his son, I think, was here standing at the front door, and he heard me scream. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, the arowana. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you have arowana, don't walk in front of the tank with a red or pink coat on because it will attack you.
They might think it's food.
But yeah, it hurt itself this time. It did. It knocked the scale off on its kind of towards its back, towards the tail. Not. And it's all red. It looks worse than it probably is. But yeah,
well, we brought everybody into the chat on the rabbits. Everybody's going back to childhood.
Well, I never knew how popular they were because I was just one of those things I knew better. Don't even ask.
Phoebe had a traumatic story. She caught a wild one.
I see them in the yard when we're mowing, and we have to be careful a lot, but they've never been pets. I've always just left them alone and went around their little nest.
There's both sides of the gambit in here. We got about half that are on the tasty side, and the other half that are on the pet side. I'm on the both side.
Me too. It's funny about the wild rabbits because we had a baby that we found while we was raising the rabbits, and we put it in a cage we wanted to beef it up, so we wanted it to grow up before we left it out so the hawks or falcons didn't get it from the area I lived in, and they're escape artists. I still, to this day, do not know how that rabbit got out. Dang. It was a little baby, and it got out. And everything was where it was supposed to be, and it said, I'm out of here, see ya. What do you do?
Yeah. I had no idea. It's a whole new experience.
Oh yeah, and they're deceiving on on what they can get out of because they look like they're the cage. You're like, oh, there's no way they can fit through that. And if you actually pick one up and feel it, they can make themselves a lot skinnier than what they appear. They can get through some real tiny, tight spots. And they will dig and scurry and move, and their limits of jumping know no bounds. I don't believe.
Oh, it's crazy! You think they're miniature deer when they jump? It's crazy.
Yeah, this one's back legs they're huge. He's a good jumper. The one thing that surprised me is they really do just eat and go to the bathroom. Like all day long. They will eat.
They're lazy. They're lazy.
This one, once it gets its hop out, it'll just veg out with its arms, legs pointed out, and just lay in there. It's like, yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yep.
You're so cute.
You thought dogs were lazy?
You just ate half of my wall, but you're cute.
You think dogs are lazy? Have 5 rabbits.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I didn't realize that until my dad got into it. And I'm like, you're used to seeing what you have in the wild, right? They're all over the place. They're going nuts. When you start raising them for a pet or whatever, they're lazy.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Cameras there.
Oh shoot! You can raise your camera, I guess.
No, it's fine.
Oh man, that was hilarious. Oh, fish tank barns in here. Yeah, he said they found one and they couldn't find its owner, and they still have the rabbit. Well, that's good for you. That's pretty much kind of how I come across mine.
Yeah, once we bring the animal in, we get attached and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I've unfortunately known some people that had rabbits or whatever, and then they just let them go because they can no longer out here where I live in PA, they can't take care of them anymore. And the unfortunate thing is they're normally white and brown. They will not survive. But I feel bad for that. I'm like, just tell me you don't want it anymore. I'll take care of it. I'll do that.
Yeah, if I already got one, what's two?
Yeah, right.
I've already got the food.
Yeah. You already used to taking care of one. What's another one?
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing.
I need to go to PetSmart after the stream. I'm scared of Bill. I need so much stuff, and I want new fish so bad that I know I'm like, oh, don't look. Don't look. But I want to wait until it gets warmer and order a couple things. Mm-hmm. But I just want to wait a little bit longer. It went from -7, -5 to 70 this week. It was that was a drastic 180.
Yeah, up here in PA right now, I think it's in the 40s, but it's going to drop. Yeah, it's 40 right now. But it's getting dark, so it's going to probably hit the 30s again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to get it neutered for sure, fish tank barn.
Yeah, it's a
I'm going to ask the vet if they can do a 2-for-1 special, if I can bring you a dog and a rabbit.
Listen, you want to get the rabbit neutered.
This puppy we have in the backyard, it's not even a year old. And I was like, we have a little bit of time because it was the run of the litter. It's not tall enough to do anything. It's still a puppy. And it's big enough to do plenty. I shouldn't have waited so long. It's one of those things that's I've got a little bit of time. And then you're like, oh, man, I was not responsible.
I've been through 2 litters of lab pups. I know.
The only time I've ever been around a pregnant dog, we had a long-haired Chihuahua. It was my roommate's dog, and that's what turned me on. That's how I got Pepe. And he told me that I could have the first puppy. And so we waited, and she only had one puppy. And so it came out. Jess was calling it a mule, where it's mule. What's that color that Jess was talking about where it's grayish?
Oh, Merle.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, it was solid. It came out purple. And we named her Violet. And he's like, this is a special, you can't have this puppy. And I was devastated. But it was the only time I've been around a pregnant puppies or dog. So I've been learning about just in case she is pregnant. Because I'm not sure for sure, but I feel like she is. But
if you have any questions, you can message me. I've delivered them in my kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I've delivered. With this breed, this is probably my 170th litter.
I just don't know.
Well, you're good.
I used to breed them for a living.
They used to have I don't have paperwork on them anymore, but
yeah, all the female that is probably pregnant. Yeah, she's papered the works. But
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm used to it. I just sit back and do the time thing.
But that Violet, she was a long-haired long-haired Chihuahua with a long-haired miniature dachshund, and they called it a Chiweenie. And it came out completely like that. It was so gray, it looked purple, and we named her Violet. She was a beautiful dog, but he was always so paranoid someone was going to steal her. And I didn't realize, I was like, it's a pretty dog, but I didn't realize, but he promised me that whole time, you can have the first puppy. And she only had one puppy, but that puppy came out the size of her. It was one huge puppy.
Well, when I got into breeding the Shiba Inus, the big colors were red. If you could stay to as true to a fox color as you could, it was good puppy money. But
every once in a while there's a black one, I think, that pops out.
But
they're all redheads.
I got a lot of those, but I ended up getting some of the oddball colors that in a few years down the road became the trend. They wanted the orange dreamsicle. They wanted the white and orange, the white and the grays, and because they look like little miniature huskies.
Yeah.
But luckily, all my puppies I did more of a background research on the people that I sold my puppies to than you would for renting out a house.
That's what Jess sounded like she was doing. I was like, well, way to go. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, I get it. And that's like my second litter. It's funny. I delivered that litter in the back of the camper while I was duck hunting. Yeah, it was fun. But I've met every person, and I've done the same thing Jens did and Jess has done, is made sure they were going to a good home because, and then I told them, I was like, if you cannot take care of these dogs, they're coming back to my house. They're not going to be going to like the Humane Society or something.
Yep, absolutely. That was my biggest deal. If I was going to get into it, and unlike some of the big puppy type mills and stuff, I was just one breed specific, and I made sure that anybody that was picking up a puppy met the parents of the puppy, the mom and the dad. And then I could actually talk to them and see how they were around the dogs. And the dogs will pretty much be a dead giveaway on how the people are.
Yeah. It's funny. You know what? It's funny that you say that because whenever I got Hershey, that's my silver lab. She was the first lab I got after our Rottweiler Bull Mastiff passed away. And we went and was going to look at her. And I asked the breeder, I said, I want to see the mom. And I've heard of puppy mills and I didn't know nothing about it. So we go there and they said, no, you cannot see the mother. And I was a little upset. And then after we brought her home, then I started researching it. And I was like, if I would have known then what I know now, I'd have came home with 3 puppies. I'd have brought the brothers home. And then whenever we got Ruger, which is our second lab we got, went down around the same area in Pennsylvania. I asked the owner, I said, hey, bud, I said, I want to see the mom. He goes, she's running around with him right now. I said, thank you. And then he actually took me into his kennel and showed me how he did everything. I said, I know where I'm getting a dog. If I ever want to get another one, I would go to him. And that's the thing that people need to realize when they're buying puppies. If you cannot see, I get that you can't see the dad because they do a lot of studying. But if you can't see the mother, then it's a puppy mill.
We have a lot. Well, I don't know if we have a lot still, but we used to have a lot of puppy mills down here. And I feel like some of them got closed down, but I don't know if all of them did.
No, I'm sure all of them didn't get closed down. But yeah, that was a big thing. And it still is a big thing in Missouri. There's a lot of people that's how they make their living, and it's sad conditions for the animals more than anything.
It is, and I'm going to tell you, it's really bad in PA, and I'm not trying to be mean about it, but the Amish and Mennonite country, they do that to make money. And when my lab got pregnant again, I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was keeping them separated when she went and heat again. Unfortunately, she got pregnant again after 6 months, and I felt like crap. She just rebounded from her first pregnancy, and then she was at it again. I looked at the wife. I said, "We got to get her fixed." I said, "We can't do this anymore."
Yeah, we can't keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
I said I felt bad because it happened again, because you should do it every year. Like I ain't gonna lie, if I had a kennel set up to where I could do it, I would have kept doing it because I have the oddball colors of the labs, and you can make some money off of it. But I was like, I ain't got the setup. I ain't doing it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a lot of people, it's just like fish tanks and everything. Mm-hmm. There's a right way to do it and
yep.
I mean, everything varies a little bit in everybody's setup, but there's a more humane and correct way to do it than not.
I agree with you 100%, Jesse. It is so true. And there's a lot of people out there that unfortunately they do not see it that way. And I feel bad for the animals that they raise. It don't matter if it's a fish or if it's a little hamster.
Mm-hmm.
They do
it's
that
a
type
dollar
of stuff.
sign. They're not pets. They're just dollar, and it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just gonna have, if she is pregnant, we're gonna have one litter, and that's it. Because we're gonna call like Monday and be like, "Hi, Mr. Vet Man, we have a rabbit and a dog." But all the neighborhood dogs had to come visit too. The neighbors' dogs, they were doing all they could to get out of their fence to come visit Misha too. So me and the neighbors just all day. And she even said, "I have more things to do than chase after these dogs." I was like, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm telling you.
It's just like, is she to eat? I'm like, probably.
My first litter was 8. The second litter was 9 pups. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Whenever you take your dog up, you tell the vet, I think that she might be pregnant. They will check before they do the, where they fix them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you, they're going to give you an option. Do you want to abort the puppies? They will give you an option. I'm just telling you, I don't like it, but they will give that to you.
Well, the good part is we're not getting her fixed. We're getting him fixed.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had 2 dogs. My bad.
Yeah. No, we kept the boy dog, which is the new pup we just got. He's not even a year old yet. We just got him last summer, and he was the runt. And he was so little that I was like, he couldn't do anything. He's too little. And then all of a sudden, bam, he was.
Yeah.
And Misha, she's not young, but she's not an old dog either. So this is all she needs to have. She doesn't need to have anymore.
Ruger was a dad at 8 months, so
yeah, it'll have John Larson. Bill Gates wants us to have robot dogs.
Yeah, all kinds of the things I should have done earlier.
Yeah. And Patty, on our earlier comment, out in the country you can get away with anything. Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody we know has these dogs. Your mom has these dogs. Your friend Angie has these dogs. Your ex-wife has these dogs. So I'm just gonna be like, here's you.
Well, I've been kind of populating the state of Missouri the last 15 years.
Yeah, but you haven't in a while. But I'm going to tell Jess, I'm going to text her, be like, when they're born, if she is pregnant, be like, here's your puppy that you are responsible. Come get your puppy. You can drive up and see my fish room when you pick up your new puppy.
Yeah. Like well done, Tank said, I will stick with breeding fish. Yes.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to breed too was fish.
Well, you didn't realize you were going to branch out.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know I was but I was listening to her stream and I was like, oh, they're so cute. I want puppies. Oh, and then I was like, be careful what you wish for.
Oh, you did.
Well, like Mary Page said earlier, like Mary Page said earlier in the chat. Yeah. How about we get a female rabbit? Because 1 + 1 = 500.
Yeah.
His ex came over.
Yes.
She found out we had a rabbit, and she beeline down to the basement. She's like, I need to see if it's a boy or a girl. I was like, I don't know. You'll have to see. Because she breeds them. And she was like, oh, it's a boy. Never mind. I was like, okay, you can see. If she was all about, she was going to kidnap my rabbit if it was a girl. Like, hey, get out of here. But she did. Charlie told her we got a new one, and she's like, I need to see. I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. You think the little dogs in the backyard's bad? Yeah, but put a couple rabbits together.
Okay. No, we have 2 wild ones underneath our porch. They've migrated when it got cold. You can see their footprints in their pile behind them. I was like, yeah, those are rabbits, and they're going right underneath our porch.
Oh yeah.
But you see them in like springtime when we go to mow the yard. You'll see baby rabbits somewhere in the yard.
Oh yeah, we got lots of them. That's just part of it.
We had a family of groundhogs around the neighborhood for a while, and they were switching. They'd go to our house for a while and be like underneath our shed, and they'd go across the street and be underneath their porch. And it was 2 babies and the parents. And then we had some red foxes for a while in our neighborhood. They would run full blast up and down the street at like 4 o'clock in the morning, just up and down the street. And I was like, they're really pretty, but Scott, our neighbor, thought they were our dogs. I was like, no, this time they are foxes. They're not our dogs.
Yeah, for real, this time it's not my dog.
But they left. I don't know where. But we live out just enough to where we get some cool little critters out here.
Oh, listen, I know all about that.
You'll just sit out and watch.
Well, hey, I'm gonna drop down and get ready for mine.
Yeah, we'll send everybody your way in 9 minutes.
Yep.
And thanks for bringing me up. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out, because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to
Yeah,
talk about.
we've bounced all over this evening. We hit on fish, but we've been everywhere but there.
Yeah.
You said rabbits, and you piqued my interest because it brought back some memories. It did.
I think everybody in the chat, they were
yeah.
Old childhood memories and everything else. Some of that stuff's pretty fun.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That look like don't ask. Don't ask. So I never did. We stopped at a hamster.
Yeah, we tried that once. It don't work that way.
No.
But all right, thank you for having me up. Anytime you need me, just drop me a message.
Cool. We'll talk soon.
Yep. Thank you.
Right. Bye.
We'll see you guys later. And everybody in chat, I'll see you.
Very soon.
Hey. Holly, never move a tank. Just get a new tank and put it in an open spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always quarantine my fish, and they're just always, they go in that tank, and that's where they stay. Then I just get a new tank, and then I need to quarantine some new fish when I get them, and they just stay in that tank, and then I get a new one. But I don't know. Every time I fish shop right now, I'll go online and kind of see what's available for when it gets a little bit warmer, and everything I look at, I don't know how I'm going to make up my mind.
Oh, Holly's having time.
Mm-hmm. What?
She says, good advice, John. I'm moving the shelf by dragging it across the living room, and I'm stuck in the middle of it to put a fish tank. Yeah. Any more, with the exception of the smaller tanks,
Mm-hmm.
I always bring in help.
You bring in your son.
Well, yeah, he's a lot of help. He's a big boy.
He's stronger than both of us combined now.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
We don't tell him that, but yeah, he is.
No. Yeah, when you're 16 years old and about 200 pounds, and you can lift way more than 200 pounds easily. He's really nice for moving big fish tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes it a lot easier on old dad here.
Mm-hmm.
I can help him and go, we cannot drop this or Kerri will kill us.
Yeah. I wouldn't kill you. I'd just freak out.
Yeah. Well, when we moved in the arowana tank, and that what is that 180?
Mm-hmm.
When we moved the 180 in, me and him were able to carry it in by ourselves and spin it and turn it for Kerri. And it wasn't bad, but boy, I wouldn't want to have hardly any water in it and try to move it.
Mm-mm. It was heavy by itself for sure. But we lucked out because we have that room that it's in has its own door, has like its own side door, and it fit through there. So when we moved it in through the door, that was the room it was to stay in. So we didn't have to go far.
Yeah, and we didn't have to make any house modification.
It just needed re-silicone. We had to re-silicone it, and I don't know what. Like all their decorations, they had some really cool decorations, like driftwood pieces, but it's like they spray painted it or painted it with purple paint. Everything had this purple paint on it, and I don't.
Yeah, they painted the back of it or something. I don't know.
Well, like they have like this one piece. It's pretty good sized piece driftwood, and I was like, this is really would be nice to use, but it's got. I don't know if it's spray paint or it's some kind of paint all on it. And I don't know what made them do that. But there's some, it looked like fake coral pieces that they gave us too. And it had the paint on it. And I kept it all because I hate to throw it away. But I don't know what I'd ever use it for because like I said, it's purple paint. And I was like, I don't know why you would do that. But whatever makes you happy with your tank, I guess. But
Geek boy, I need help shuffling my 75 into the living room and my 90 into the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they're already set up tanks. So that means you're going to drain them way down and then try to move them. Mm-hmm. That'll be fun.
But we did mess up on that when we resealed it. We went to reseal it and ran out of silicone. So then we had to go and order more silicone and order a lot more silicone. And then we ripped up what we did and then redid it again. And then it worked perfectly. But we got halfway through it and realized this wasn't going to work. This isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And
I got tank barn. Every time I move tanks around, I realize how old I'm getting. Hurt more and more each time.
Yeah, I used to pick them up and just whip them around with no problem. And now I'm...
Well, John Larson's the only smart one. He goes, I find it easier just to move the fish.
Yeah. That would be easier.
Yeah.
They're just, I've hurt my back one too many years, too many times through the years, and then old sports injuries when I used to bounce back, and now I don't.
John, I don't get that option when she wants to rearrange the fish room.
You're not here.
When it's a big move, when you decide you're going to do a complete rebuild, it's always on me.
Right now, the only thing I honestly want to do is I don't think I'm going to have to move the tanks. I think I can, it'll be a tight fit, but I could fit. I'll fit somehow. But I want to paint because this is what we moved that water softener out that we never used. And this is white. And I either want to paint this white or black to tie into this. And there's a few spots that I would like to touch up. So I would like to repaint the concrete walls. And I just want to do something with the power cords. The power cords behind here is just, it's awful and it just drives me nuts. So I would like to somehow run them like over and down and then plug them in somehow. So then if I get rid of that curtain behind Jesse's head, you won't see cords dangling around everywhere, but I don't know.
Still working on it. Still figuring it out.
I have to drink like 2 Red Bulls and a espresso drink to motivate me, and then I'm good.
Oh, thank you, John.
Yeah.
We're lagging
a little bit. It's probably our internet because it was rainy, and when it rains this hard outside, sometimes it doesn't work that well. But I believe it's Skipper's next, so we'll all go to Skipper's stream next. And then is it Susie Q, then Danikin, and then Griffin, I believe. Let me know if I missed one. I need to write this down because every week I do the same thing. But we'll send everybody over to Skipper's next. My brother just looked at my 120 and asked me, is that the biggest tank they make? I said, oh no, they make them a lot bigger. You can even get them custom made. And he said, I think you need 6 more that size. Yeah. I want like a 240 or a 300 gallon, but I don't know if it'll fit along that wall. But I would have to get rid of the 180 to replace it because I don't think we have enough room for all of it. But if we do end up keeping that silver arowana here in probably the next year, we either need to get something made, found, or talk Jeffro into keeping my arowana for me in his nice big 300-gallon tank. But
thank you, Mary Page.
Yes, thank you. It was a great chat.
Danikin, Bob, Taylor is 8 Eastern.
Yep. Yep, that's right.
Yep. Skippers, Kaler, Danikin, then Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Patty.
Even when I rehearse it in my head, I still say it wrong.
Well, I knew it was Skippers and Kaler, and then and I couldn't remember. I thought it was Danikin, but I didn't want to say them in the wrong order. If I say them in the wrong order, then I get yelled at.
So thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you next Sunday. I believe the guest next Sunday is the Hollywood Amy from Aquatics too. So we'll see you guys next Sunday. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you guys in Skipper's stream next. So bye guys. Thanks.
Peace.